Often, when you connect to data in Tableau, you're bringing in all the data you'll need for a viz. But what about when you're working with a data source that gets updated? Tableau can bring in those updates, but the way it does depends on the connection type, which is shown here. The default is for a live connection, which will refresh your data when you open a workbook, or when you refresh manually. The other option is to work with a data extract, where Tableau makes a copy of a portion of your data. In this lesson, we'll focus on how Tableau updates from a live connection, but keep in mind that these updates will work the same way when an extract is updated. This lesson will help you understand how updates to your source data will be handled by Tableau. Sometimes, I build a viz based on data I expect will change over time. For example, I'm building a viz that shows the number of living organ donors each year by age. I expect this data will update each year, so it's a great example of how Tableau handles changes to data. The viz I built doesn't include data for 2014, but when the database updates with new data, the viz will also update. I'll close Tableau and return to the Excel file that contains the source data. Tableau is flexible about data source updates. For example, if I add another column, like the organ that was donated, or even add more rows to this data source, it won't break the viz. I'll add the 2014 data to the bottom of this table. Then I'll save the update and go back to Tableau to see the updates in our viz. Now, when we reopen the workbook in Tableau, Tableau will automatically refresh the data. The viz has been updated to include the 2014 data that we added to Excel. Because we are using a live connection, Tableau is able to retrieve updates to the data. However, there are some updates that Tableau can't accommodate, like changes to the structure of the dataset. Let's go back in Excel. If we change the name of one of the columns or remove columns, Tableau will not understand these updates. So what does this mean for our viz? When we get back to Tableau, I can manually update the data source by right-clicking the data source and clicking Refresh. You'll see that this new data structure breaks the viz. Tableau can't find the data. The viz doesn't display correctly. And notice the pink pill on the row shelf and the exclamation point on the number of living donors field in the data pane. These alert us that there's a problem with this reference and that we need to take some action to fix it. Of course, if we made changes to fields that are not used in the viz, the update would occur without causing these problems. To fix the viz, right-click on the broken field under Measures and select Replace References. This opens the Replace References dialog box, where you can select the renamed field to replace the missing references. I'll select the number of living donors and click OK. That's all it takes to fix a viz. Sometimes you or someone you work with will want to make changes to the data source, and it's great to know how to fix workbooks in case those changes break your viz.